welcome to another video here at ICAST 2021. I'm here at the KastKing booth with my man AJ, aka Give It Away AJ. You know what I'm saying?
What's going on?
Yes.
Give It Away AJ in the house.
Give It Away AJ in the house.
Got some
I
cool
know
products for you.
We've got some brand new stuff. Trying to do the whole "you've seen it here" first, right?
Absolutely.
So we're going to start here. We got 3 different things to go through with you guys today, but we're going to start here at the brand new product showcase here at KastKing. So it's all yours, man.
So this is a reel. Now, if you guys follow KastKing at all and seen anything, we have a MegaJaws series already. So, but this is not to be confused with the existing MegaJaws. It is of the same family, but this is an Elite line. Now, in the MegaJaws, we see that we have, as a couple different series of reels that we have a 4-system color coding reel, and each color will indicate a gear ratio. It will represent a different gear ratio. So like say white is like, I believe, a 5-4 to 1, the blue is like a 6-6 to 1, black's gonna be a 7-3 to 1, and red representing that fast, like rocket red or race car red.
And that's something you guys are known for, fast.
Right, very fast. And we definitely want to touch on that today. And just like we saw in the previous MegaJaws series, the red is representing a fast reel as well. So this is a 9:1 to 1 ratio in this Elite. And then in this gunmetal color, this is going to be a 7:2 to 1 ratio. Now these are going to be some superbly strong Elite style reels that like Brent Chapman and Cliff Crochet are going to love to use for us. They are going to represent an aluminum body. So the actual chassis, the frame, is going to be a solid aluminum. That's going to cause for that just setting the hook, winching hard, and a zero flex situation. Your side plates are going to be a carbon side plate and a triple disc carbon fiber drag representing about 17.6 pounds of drag. 11+1 ball bearings. So for you bearing counters out there, this thing's loaded, and it's going to be a double shielded. Uh-oh, baby in the house. What's going on, bro?
Got a little yak tried in.
That's it.
Perfect.
It's going to be a saltwater friendly reel as well. So that's going to be fantastic for you. So if you want fresh water, salt water, get out there. This reel is going to work great for you. Now, one thing that it's not an industry first, but we're bringing it back. You know what I mean? Bring it back, baby.
Don't say it. Do we got it?
The flip switch.
The flip, nice.
Yes. So now, like for me, I'm one of those guys, and if you don't mind, I'll borrow that reel from you.
Here we go.
I'm a righty. I retrieve with my right, and everybody makes fun of me when I flip because I
so
go
am I.
to the right, grab the bait with the left, flip it out there, and of course, when that fish strikes, it's going to swell its gills, and it can suck that bait in on the fall with slack line. And if that happens, I may not feel it. Or if I feel it, I may not have the time to switch from my right hand to my left hand, engage the gear, and set the hook. Seconds and milliseconds can count. He can swell his gills, swell them back out, spit the bait out, you lost him. So with the flip switch, and for us guys that do it the goofy way and just can't get it, you turn that flip switch on, you're holding your bait in his hand, you flip it out, and all of a sudden he gets it, and you think you may have a fish, you let off, and it's engaged, and you can set the hook, and then make an easier transition to getting them to the boat.
So this is easier for guys like us who don't necessarily do it the right way.
Goofy-footed hands, I guess, is one way to look at it. So that's a cool thing to have, and we brought it back with the flip switch. Now, if you don't want to use a flip switch, you don't have to. Turn it off. Now, here's something really cool if I can bring you in close. This is the industry first. This is, like you have seen, we have a hybrid braking system here. We have a dual braking system. Swing wing technology like we've seen in the Bassinator, in the Royal Legend Elites, and other reels as well. This does not come off. So now on a boat, a kayak, or on the bank, if you have to adjust anything, take it out, mess with your spool, you don't have to worry about dropping this guy and losing it. It fumbles over the side of the boat, goes down into a crack somewhere, no worries. But this is a true centrifugal braking system. Now, it's unlike any braking system you've seen in the centrifugal world. You don't have the weights that you have to counter out and adjust. And some people, it's not rocket scientists, you know, that are doing this, but you know what? It's not rocket science that Heath and I can't figure out to switch hands.
That's right.
We still struggle with it. So with that in mind, we felt a need to, hey, let's simplify the mastering of a true centrifugal braking system, which is some of the best. So now this is an automatic adjusting centrifugal braking system. So what you have is you have an opposing spring on each side, heavier springs and then lighter springs. So when you flip the sucker out there, those centrifugal weights are going to shoot out off of centrifugal force. As that force decreases, the heavier springs will retract, controlling the spool and allowing it to free spool more. And then of course, as it decreases even more, allowing more line out, the smaller springs will contract, and you have total spool control. Now, a lot of things can vary the actions of how your spool operates. Even rod action, line weight, different choice of lures, and wind can affect the way your brakes operate. So you're constantly having to adjust, or could have to, and that may not completely adjust everything. So you combo that with a secondary dual braking system. Think of a brake drum on a car almost. And this is a full magnet inside here that you can adjust its power, either moving it forward for more power or decreasing it for less power on your micro adjustment exteriorly on your brakes. So now you decrease the need to even open this, which you can't lose that, and adjust these. Really, all your braking is going to be adjusted out here, and you have the power of true centrifugal braking. That is an industry first from KastKing, seen on your MegaJaws Elite.
That's awesome. So this is the brand new MegaJaws Elite, and we can't yet get these now, but
Not
when
yet.
do you think people can start to get this reel in their hand?
As we saw with the pandemic, and then of course there's a possible new strain in development that we're hearing right now. It seemed like last year at the Bassmaster Classic, COVID was kicking off and it created all kind of havoc. Here we are at ICAST, and we're hearing about a new strain starting to create havoc.
Sure.
Let's hope that that doesn't happen, because that can impact a lot of things. And as we've seen, it impacted the market. It can slow things up. We're looking for a December to February release. That is our goal. Hopefully more December than February.
Right.
So long as everything in the market stabilizes and we can get it out as fast as we can.
And right now we're in July 2021 if you're watching this at a later date. So AJ, what else we got? I know we got another station here.
That's the coolness. And also we're working on, this is you've seen it first. This is the first generation of our spinning reel MegaJaws Elite. We'll talk about that more later. But let's go take a look at speed. You saw speed in that red. Let's go over to the world's fastest over here.
Man, so I'm already looking at some things on this table that I like.
Yes.
Some things that look like just some fishing machines. So tell us a little bit about what we got here.
So we'll start from right to left. We have several cool things going on. There's a lot of, when you have speed, there's people that are all about the speed. When you have finesse, there's people, and we know that BFS is blowing up right now. But we'll start with speed and go here. So KastKing owns the industry when it comes to speed. We have the fastest spinning reel, and we had it before and we kept it again. We had a 7-2-to-1 spinning reel in the Speed Demon Elite spinning, or Speed Demon Pro spinning reel. We've now re-released it as a Speed Demon Elite. This is a solid aluminum frame, 17.6. Actually, I may have to double check it, maybe 22 pounds of drag. I'd have to double check my specs on that. We have a carbon rotor. This thing is 7-4-to-1 gear ratio, super fast. So let's say you're that angler out there that just doesn't use bait casters for whatever reasons.
That's kind of me.
We get
okay,
it.
we're bashing Heath. I get it.
No. There's people that struggle with it.
I just can't get behind it.
And it's understandable.
Yeah.
So now let's say you want to move a bait fast. Like some of your high-speed gear ratios, or at least most of the gear ratios in a bait caster now are hitting 6.6 and higher in gear ratios. We didn't see that before. That was not available.
Right. So a lot more turns, a lot more turns.
Exactly. So you were working harder with a spinning reel and you were lacking. Now you're not lacking anymore in a 7-4-to-1. You can still burn baits, move them very fast. Or what I like about it is, yes, you can still turn fish, you can control fish, get them back. But another cool feature is in and out of the strike zone.
Right.
When are you in the strike zone and you're out, now you got to bring it back?
Hurry up and recast.
Back into that strike zone.
Yep.
You missed a fish, bring it back, put it right back into them. So that right there is going to return your investment in putting more fish in the boat with the Speed Demon Elite spinning.
Right.
Same concept of owning the fastest in the world. We had a 9-1-to-1, then a 9-3-to-1, and now we have fired back with the world's fastest 10-5-to-1 gear ratio in the Speed Demon Elite.
Now let me stop you right there, AJ. We keep throwing out these numbers when we're talking about gear ratio. For somebody watching this video that has no idea what all these first, second, and third numbers mean, tell us, break it down for us. What does that mean?
It's retrieval rate is as per per inch on turn. How fast you can actually return that line in there. So the higher the gear ratio goes, the faster simplified for those people. The higher the ratio, the faster that line is going to be retrieved right back to you. So a lower ratio, the more you're going to have to turn, the more you're going to have to work, the more you're going to be doing. The higher the ratio, the less work you're doing. You can still slow roll a high-speed ratio reel and get the actions of a slower reel. But now, when you're like we talked about, strike zones, or you hooked in, all of a sudden you snag a fish, you're good, you got him hooked up, and he's turning you and running you towards to cover, and you want to get him out of that cover, you can overpower him with a faster ratio and race him back to the boat and get that fish back into your world.
Okay.
Now, true centrifugal braking system like we talked about in the swing wing that we saw on our other ones, there's those weights that we talked about that we didn't see on that new revolutionary first in the industry hybrid type of centrifugal force. This has your more traditional elite style centrifugal braking, but you also have a micro eye adjustment dual braking system out here. We call it the Demon Eye in the Speed Demon, where you can adjust for micro adjustments on the outside as well. So you can truly fine tune this dual braking system that is also true centrifugal. 10:5-1, but also can be purchased in an 8:6-1 if you don't want to run that high of a ratio.
Slow it down just a little bit.
Exactly. Also, triple disc carbon fiber drag, 17.6 pounds of drag. This thing is a rocket ship. Aluminum frame as well, carbon side plates. It's awesome.
Very, very nice.
Now,
weight, how are we feeling on that one?
Oh, that is super lightweight. Yep. It is a very compact, palm perfect. It is a very lightweight reel, but it's not our lightest reel because, of course, with a giant gear case of running that 10:5-1 ratio, it does pack a little bit more of a punch, but still super lightweight. One of our lighter reels, especially in its platform for what it carries. Now you're talking weight. You're talking lightweight. We're talking finesse. We're talking flickability. We're talking finicky fish that don't want to be caught. And what happens when that's going on? Reduce your profile, reduce your presentation from line to baits to that whole gambit of activities. You want to scale it down. And that's what we're seeing in this new range of the BFS world. And KastKing has answered that call with our BFS baitcaster or our SFS spinning finesse systems represented in the Zephyr series. Now we have several different Zephyrs to show. These are our true BFS or FSS systems. 5.6 ounces. Super lightweight. It's one of the lightest reels ever produced, and we also see that in our spinning system. We're looking at a 7+1 ball bearing, stainless steel shielded. We have a 10-pound carbon fiber drag and a 10-pound carbon fiber drag on the spinning reel as well. This thing is super lightweight, and notice the itty bitty tiny spool, and people start to think, I can't get any line on that thing. That's absolutely inaccurate. You can get a ton of line on it, but what you're not realizing is it's not intended for heavy line. We're talking finesse. We're talking finicky fish that do not want to be caught. So 4-pound test, 6-pound test. Those, like our 13X finesse braid, those incredibly small diameter lines is what this is intended for. This is not made for flipping for big fish. It's made for when the fish don't want to bite, but you're going to make them bite, and you're going to take the time to do it. And there's a huge following on it. And you can do that in a spinning or in a bait casting situation. Super lightweight, super, super awesome. And this right here would make a stellar ice fishing reel.
Very,
now,
very nice.
If you want to see something that is, well, I'm not quite into that genre, or I've already got some speed. Looking for something that any angler could be interested in from male to female. I've got just the ticket for you guys, and it's right over here with our V10 LS rod rack. So let's go take a look.
Let's do it. I'll follow you right over there.
So, come on.
We got Tom.
Tom's crazy.
There we go.
Excuse me. All right, so there's Heath right here. So this is the V10 rod rack. Now, KastKing has actually won and been known to win Best of Show for our rod racks. Well, we like to take a lot of innovative thinking and take a game that we're already good at and how can we make it better. One thing that we noticed when you have a lot of rods in a rod rack like some of our previous designs, when they're combos, they can actually impact each other and take up space and not allow for all the slots to be used. So we staggered on a camlock system, staggered our actual systems, so now you can overlap combos to not have a problem. That's a great system. 18 inches of wall space, very small footprint opposing the wall. This is going to work well for you guys. So you can get 10 full combos in this rod rack, and it'll mount to 18 inches of wall space, but your holes are on 16-inch holes. So most framing is done on a 16-inch platform, so you'll be able to anchor it appropriately. If you don't find a stud, no big deal. Your standard drywall mounting is just fine. Now, here's where this thing really shines. Come on in. And it is this guy right here. Let's say, how many people have spooled up a spinning reel or a bait caster and had problems? So you're bringing the wife in, the boyfriend, the husband, the friend, the neighbor, the uncle, your buddy, and of course you're getting the pencil, stabbing the pencil through the spool, trying to hold the tension on the spool, you're spinning, it's burning their hands, all that good stuff, right? Now you're able to actually spool up a rod and reel by yourself and getting the perfect spool every time. Let me show you how that's going to work. So this is the Spooling Station on the V10. So if you want to look, you can see right here we're going to do a spinning reel application first. So you see it's labeled spinning reel just for you, and there's an arrow representing which orientation you want your line to come off correctly on, right? So we're going to go ahead and set this up in a cam style positioning. As you can see, there's an open slot here where normally down here you would see your insert for a rod to go. Pop your rod out, pop that out, and now it's time to pop this cat in. We're ready for work now. That easy, that quick, that simple. So we're gonna go ahead and grab some of this line that can also be stored on your lower position down there. So this right here is called a line boss. You get a couple of these line bosses with a purchase of our V10. You can also buy these line bosses in 5-packs on the website. These things are money by themselves. How many people have spools of line just sitting, stacks of them, they unloop, they unwind, and they become very...
Stay organized.
Oh, it's a nightmare. We know the stickers never, like I'm in Arizona, it's dry climate, the stickers dry out, they get dust on them, and they'll never stick again. These will control your line for you, and they're adjustable, and that's exactly what they're designed for. So for just sheer storage, the bomb, baby. But let's put it to its real intention, okay? So we're gonna come in, oh, let me go back. Line orientation, let's not lose focus on that. So we'll find it and we're gonna see, okay, we wanna go this way. So we're gonna go ahead and give it a test. We're lined up, that's exactly what we want with our sticker to the inside on this one. So let's go ahead and take it. And notice we have a flat spot so we can actually easily adjust quickly. So we're gonna find that, we're gonna put that in there, easily adjust, and then lock it in. Now,
oh, cool. Oh, there we go. I got you, bro.
Thank you. Knock that down. To show you, I've always got people messing with things. There we go. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and line this up right here. So you're gonna wanna come through, and of course my big hands here get in the way, but so let's come over here. We'll line it up. Comes right in through. Now normally you would have this a lot trimmer, but for the sake of the show, we've just been pulling line out like crazy like we're about to do again. So you cut it, that line's gonna stay that short. It's not gonna feed off, it's not gonna go. So easy storage quickly, but for the show, we just keep yanking it out. So now you fed it through, you've got your line orientation correctly, you run it through all your guides, or at least one, flip your bail open, tie your knot, flip it over. Now, start spooling. Now if you wanna feel, as it comes off, is that enough tension, or do you want more?
No, this is actually a little less.
You can actually reduce it now. So go ahead and take a little less off. We're gonna pinch that, reduce it, now try that.
Oh, there we go. That's it right there.
So whatever your desired tension on your spinning reel that you want to apply, you can do that. And now you're doing it by yourself, and you can go fast. You can burn it, man.
Yeah. So you mean I don't have to sit on the floor and put a pencil between my toes?
Nothing between your toes. You don't have it flopping around. The cat's not chasing it. You know, you're not yelling at your kids, oh, pay attention. And they're like, so it's,
more attention.
Exactly. All by yourself, you just got the perfect spool on a spinning reel.
Right.
Now, bait caster. We want to do a bait caster, it's quick and easy. We cut our line already, right? Okay. So we're pretending that we cut our line and it's very short. Now we're ready for the bait caster. We unlock it, take it up, flip it straight over. We are set up for a bait caster.
Nice.
Say we're gonna use the exact same line, we wanna pay attention to which way it's coming off. Our orientation's this way, so we just come over here, pop this open, drop it on, and in a real world scenario, we would have already had trimmed this line. Of course, for the show, I've got it tangled here under my feet and everything else.
Yep, that's perfect.
So that's the way it always goes. So now we would run it right back through our eyelet here with less things in your hands. Run it through. Did I just loop around that rod? No,
nope, good to go.
Yes, I did.
We did.
Absolutely.
But we get the idea.
But you get the idea. So this is going to run through, you're going to pull it, and you can keep absolute tension on this spool the whole time and get the perfect spool on a bait caster all by yourself.
That's awesome.
On a bait caster or a spinning reel, all for under 50 bucks.
Yep, so obviously KastKing always in the innovation business. That's what you guys do.
Absolutely.
And so look, man, I don't know how AJ does this all the time. You can find AJ online, always just live doing all kinds of crazy things and giving stuff away. And of course, just super knowledgeable and informative when it comes to this fishing stuff here at KastKing. So look, man, thank you so much for running us through the new stuff, the stuff they can get now, and even this brand new product that you guys are showing here at ICAST. So, man,
Keith, thank you very much, and to all the Yak Tribers out there, thank you guys for giving me the opportunity to time. Your boy, give it away, AJ, right here at ICAST 2021 in the KastKing booth. Thanks, man.
Thanks.